organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Studying abroad next semester? Find out what the university is doing to keep safe in the wake of the Paris attacks.
Charlie Sheen made a big announcement Tuesday. Find out what coming up.
It was Hawk fan heaven in Iowa City over the weekend.
Find out more about the 5 days of excitement later in sports.
All that and more coming up.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Nikki Crossway.
And I'm Cole Johnson.
Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal announced Tuesday night he was terminating his campaign for president. He said, quote, "This is not my time." On his Facebook page and Twitter feed, he thanked supporters and said he plans to go back to work and think tank he started a few years ago, where he hopes to outline a blueprint to improve the country.
Black students at the University of Missouri announced Tuesday a demand for a faculty that's 10% black in the next 2 years. Administrators have not released a response yet, but analysts say if they succeed in meeting the demand, they would likely be alone among their peer institutions. Data collected by the Associated Press shows that no state's flagship public university campus has a black faculty population approaching that level, and only a handful top even the 5% mark. The norm on most of the main campuses was a faculty that was between 2% and 4% black. Universities are often well aware that staff and student bodies often don't match, but demonstrators and discussions around the country in recent days have driven the point home.
2 suspects that possibly took part in this weekend's attacks in Paris could still be on the loose. The brother of the 26-year-old terrorist named Salah Abdeslam announced that he encourages his brother to turn himself in and accept responsibility for his actions. Little information is known about the other possible suspect. The president of France has declared the country at war and wants to extend their state of emergency for 3 more months. The fear of the terrorist attacks have not only been felt in Paris, but around the world. Germany evacuated stadium before a soccer game Tuesday night after threats of explosions.
That fear is also being felt here at home. Friday's attack in Paris left one Californian study abroad student dead. Daily Iowan TV reporter Andrew Roberts took a look at what the UI Study Abroad program does to help ensure students' safety while abroad.
In the wake of last week's tragic events that took place in Beirut and Paris, leaving hundreds dead and several more hundreds injured, including a 23-year-old student from California, concerns from students in the U.S. are being raised about the safety of study abroad programs. Locally, the University of Iowa International and Study Abroad programs work to educate students on safe practices before they leave the U.S.
We have actually a guidebook, so the students have this information and they're given an orientation before they leave so that they know to be prepared.
While the university tries their best to prepare students, Richard Sue's study abroad experience brought some unexpected incidents.
I did notice, especially to July and the second month, there were a lot more officers carrying large machine guns, actually, which is kind of alarming to me.
Although students receive advice and orientations before leaving, in serious instances, help isn't always readily available.
We don't have staff abroad in every location, and so if someone needs help, we can get on a plane and help them in the way that's most appropriate for the situation.
With a lack of staff alongside of students to help them in need right away, the UI International program continues to look for innovative best practices for students studying abroad. Reporting from the University of Iowa International Programs, I'm Andrew Roberts for Daily Iowan TV.
Planned Parenthood announced they'll be dedicating $20 million in the upcoming election against Republicans who want to end federal funding for the organization. The group's president, Cecil Richards, said that they are starting an I Vote Planned Parenthood action, which will include bringing volunteers and activists to several states such as Ohio, Nevada, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, which could be important to next year's election. After threats of losing their federal funding, Richards announced that fetal tissue would no longer be used for research, but Republicans are still looking to defund Planned Parenthood. Now, I don't know about you, Nikki, but I'm ready for snow and not this whole rain situation we got going on.
Oh, Cole, I'm definitely not ready for winter.
Well, I guess we'll see what's coming up this upcoming week. Let's toss it over to Andrew Roberts in the weather studio.
Hey guys, there's no question fall is in full force here in Iowa City, and with it came some pretty nasty weather. Monday and Tuesday have not been the driest days, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it doesn't look like Wednesday will be much nicer. Starting out in the morning, the skies will be mostly cloudy and the temp will be a little bit warmer than normal at 51 degrees, but there is a slight chance of rain. As we move forward into the day, that slight chance of rain will jump up to a 50% chance of rain and the temp will drop to 50 degrees. To close out Wednesday, the rain should pass and the temp will drop down to the mid-40s. As for the rest of the week, Thursday, expect partly cloudy skies with a high of only 46 degrees. Friday will be cold in the low 40s and might just bring our first bit of snow for the school year, so be on the lookout for that. For all of you fanatics staying in town to support the undefeated Hawkeyes, have your winter gear ready to go as we are expecting a high, yes, you heard me correctly, a high of 30 degrees. The cold front we will face on Saturday is expected to carry over to Sunday and Monday, as it's finally starting to feel like November in Iowa. That's all I have for you in the weather studio. Back to you at the desk.
The Iowa Utilities Board is temporarily withholding funding for the University of Iowa's Climate Change Research Center. Tuesday, the board announced it's delaying $772,000 for the UI facility. The board has collected $5.15 million to support 2 research centers, one here at UI and another at Iowa State. The board is asking the UI Center to provide records showing how much money there has been allotted that they have spent already.
Actor Charlie Sheen announced Tuesday that he is HIV positive. Sheen said that he has known for about 4 years but chose to keep it a secret. Sheen decided to release his secret now because he is sick of all of the rumors. He is unsure of how he got the virus but claims that he has informed everyone who could have contracted it from him.
Fans aren't the only ones getting excited about Hawkeye football's 10-0 record. Downtown Iowa City store Tailgate dug out vintage Rose Bowl merchandise that has been really popular among shoppers. Daily Iowan's Kelsey Stanger stopped by the store and talked to employees about how the winning season is helping their business.
While the Hawks have gone 10-0 this season, many local businesses are also seeing a rise in revenue. Kinnick Stadium can hold over 70,000 fans at capacity, and all of them are decked out head to toe in black and gold. One spot fans go to buy apparel is Tailgate, Iowa City.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, when they're winning, people are in a good mood and they're wanting to buy more hot gear and they're, kind of wanting to spend more money too. So I think really just for downtown overall, I think it has a really positive effect.
While all of the shops have a great fall revenue the first week of classes, the manager at Iowa Books says the Hawks' winning streak has helped the store keep their rising sales going as well.
And the imprinted merchandise is always largest the first week of fall classes, and then it diminishes as the Hawkeyes proceed to lose a few ball games. It diminished rather rapidly last year, and this year it's really hung on very nicely. And it hangs on until, if there's a bowl game, that gets some more excitement going and we have some more sales.
With the Hawks playing Purdue this weekend at home, downtown is sure to see another busy and booming weekend.
It's a great downtown to come down for lunch. It's got great places to eat for lunch and party afterwards. There's a lot of
Downtown Iowa City, I'm Kelsey Stanger, Daily Iowan TV News.
While Cole, it's a little risky that stores are already getting prepared for the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I hope they don't jinx us because we still got a lot of games to play. Let's toss it over to the sports studio to catch up on other Hawkeye athletics. Guys?
Thanks, guys. At this time of the year, when college football regular season is winding down, it's not a surprise that the bowl games are getting more attention.
Definitely, Mark. The bowl season hype is definitely exciting, but Iowa football still has 2 games to focus on before the end of the regular season.
The undefeated Iowa football team is ranked 5th in the college football playoff poll and is just 1 win away from clinching the west side of the Big Ten and earning themselves a spot in the conference championship.
Daily Iowan sports reporter Taylor Brooks checked in with head coach Kirk Ferentz today and fills us in on how the team is feeling after recording their 10th win of the season this past Saturday against Minnesota.
The race to the Big Ten championship is becoming interesting. The East Division is mounted by Ohio State, sitting at the top undefeated, but closely behind them is Michigan and Michigan State, sitting at 5-1. Michigan State and Ohio State do meet this week. As for the West Division, the talk is surrounding Iowa. Their undefeated record is looking promising, but this is still a week-to-week thing for head coach Kirk Ferentz and his team. And this week, it's Purdue.
We're not done yet, so we'll acknowledge that privately, and then we're going to have to move fast towards that next game because it's going to come quick for us.
A big contribution to Iowa's success is their offense, and more specifically, the running backs. And it was all LaShawn Daniels Jr. in Iowa's win against Minnesota.
He's really done a good job. He's a good football player and a great kid. You know, the way the things unfolded, maybe we can get to the point where we'll have them all at once. But you know, Jordan's really done a great job. Akram did a great job when he was called upon, and if he's healthy, we're confident that he can play well. And then Derek Mitchell's doing a really good job as our third down back. The one thing I'd say about that whole group that's been most impressive to me is just the way they've picked each other up. You know, so if somebody goes down, you know, the next guy grabs the rope and does a great job with it.
The offense was needed last Saturday as the defense struggled, but Kirk Ferentz said that's the beauty of football.
And that's a beauty of football, and that's the beauty of a team sport, I think. And to me, that's true teamwork. Is one group might be struggling a little bit, the other group compensates for it, and you know, when you get that going, that's really a good thing, whether it's positionally or offense, defense, special teams.
Reporting from inside the Hanson Football Performance Center, this has been Taylor Brooks for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
I was lucky enough to be at the game on Saturday, and the Kinnick was poppin'. The stadium was so electric, but it wasn't the only packed crowd in Iowa City last week.
That's right, Holly. The University of Iowa was an exciting place to be over the weekend. This Hawk fan heaven included 7 events in 5 days, all hosted in Iowa City.
Over 149,000 fans were in attendance over the 5-day span, which included a weekend sweep by the Hawkeyes. While Kinnick Stadium was the place to be on Saturday, the Hawk Fan Heaven weekend started and ended at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Iowa women's basketball kicked off the weekend in their season on Friday and competed again at home on Sunday. Taylor Brooks and Hannah Thompson have the recaps.
The crazy weekend continued in Iowa City as the Iowa women's basketball team dominated in their season opener on Friday, large in part to the captain duo of Allie Disterhoff and Callie Peschel. After the seniors unveiled the NCAA Sweet 16 banner to their home crowd on their season opener, something must have sparked for senior Callie Peschel. Peschel had a double-double with 2 minutes left in the first half against North Dakota with 13 points and 10 rebounds. With a slow first half by Iowa, North Dakota kept true to their inside game as Iowa struggled to contain the posts. The 2 halves by Iowa could have been called night and day, especially by Allie Disterhoff. Her frustration in the first half showed, but the junior still finished out the game with 20 points and 5 rebounds, just 3 points shy of her 1,000 career mark. 3 other Hawkeyes scored in double figures, including a point guard Whitney Jennings, forward Megan Gustafson, and guard Christina Buttonham. The second half surge was enough for Iowa to cruise to their home opener victory, 83-61. Coach Bluter and her squad made a quick turnaround to Sunday. Let's see if they continued this winning weekend opening. Let's toss it over to Hannah Thompson for more.
Thanks, Taylor. Peschel and Disterhoff definitely took the lead against UT Martin as well, but another player stepped up to get the job done. That player was Tania Davis. After a victory against North Dakota, the Iowa women's basketball team kept the winning streak alive as they took down Tennessee Martin 62-56. The game started out rough for the Hawkeyes, but things became a little easier once freshman guard Tania Davis hit the court. In this game alone, which was Davis's second collegiate game, she had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, landing her as the statistical leader of the game. And after this performance and the 29 minutes she played, Coach Bluter and the team viewed Davis as the catalyst that improved their play, and as a freshman, she couldn't be more pleased.
To be a freshman and be able to come off the bench and play huge minutes like I did and provide the spark that we needed, it meant a lot for me, it meant a lot for the team, and that's why we came out here with a win.
Davis wasn't the only newcomer to help contribute to Iowa's 20th consecutive home win, as other freshman Megan Gustafson also added 10 points to their total and big minutes on the floor. These next few games will hopefully keep giving the young players of the team more and more chances to step up. From Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hannah Thompson, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The team hopes to continue winning as they are preparing for their matchup with Western Illinois at Carver on this Friday at 7 p.m.
And we will have the details on that match up next week, but that is all the time we have for sports this Tuesday evening.
But check back in Wednesday for more on everything happening in Hawkeye athletics. Back to you guys at the desk. That's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between now and Sunday. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Cole Johnson.
And I'm Nikki Crossway. Have a good night.